Today we have with us Dr. Komal Kapoor, Assistant Professor at Management Department, IMS University Courses Campus, Ghaziabad. She's a researcher, she's a research-oriented academician, an enthusiastic educator, and an avid reader with rich experience of over 17 years in teaching, research, and student development. So, good afternoon, Komal ma'am. Thanks for taking time for this today. Ma'am, kindly introduce yourself to the students listening.
Sure, sure. Good afternoon, Niharika, and thank you so much for having me today on this platform. We as academicians, if we can give some input and some contribution to the young aspiring and budding managers today, it is our privilege to be in this position. So, hello everyone. I'm Professor Komal Kapoor, and I'm a faculty in the area of marketing and strategy. Over 17 years of rich experience, I've seen many batches of management students passing out in front of me. And till now, it has been a very enriching and very stimulating experience where I have grown with my students and learned a lot about what really the students should develop themselves as and what are the expectations of the industry. And I'm really looking forward to this session. And thanks, College Dunia, also for having this particular platform where the students can learn from whatever experience we have. Thanks, Niharika, for having me with you.
Pleasure is all mine, ma'am. So my first question to you is, being the professor of MIB department at IMS University Courses Campus, what is your philosophy of leadership and how would you describe your leadership style?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. First of all, let me just quickly tell you what is the MIB program. It is Masters of International Business. So we can say that it is a management program with a pinch of international business. Because these days with globalization happening all across the world, you see all the companies from globe, USA, UK, Europe, Australia having operations in India, and all Indian companies going abroad. So MIB is a very sought after course where the students can get both the knowledge and expertise on management field plus the international business environment. So leadership, Niharika, is a very subjective view of how we run and administer our IMS Ghaziabad campus and how we want the leadership to be adopted by our students also. Let me tell you, Niharika, our leadership at IMS is very, very inclusive and transformational with the senior management where Dr. C.H. Arya and Dr. Sapna Rakesh as director. The overall environment at the institute is very, very open, very transparent, very forward looking, where every student and every faculty is given the autonomy and the independence to learn, to develop, to go ahead. I mean, we as MIB faculty, we provide these platforms to our students to develop their leadership style, which is more suitable for the corporate world tomorrow. From the first day itself, we allow them to be independent and take up experiments, do trial error, so that they also develop this personalized and individualized leadership style of their own. As far as I am concerned, I think I believe in a very participative leadership style, which somewhere I think I've acquired from our director, ma'am, also, because she involves everyone around her in whatever the activities and program and task at IMS Ghaziabad we have. And the similar kind of leadership inputs and outcome we expect our students also to have. And, in the last so many batches that have passed out, many of the students today are holding very key leadership positions in very esteemed organizations, and we are very happy and proud of them having a very bright career ahead. And that is the philosophy of having leaders in teachers and having leaders among students also at our campus.
Uh, Ma'am, being the professor of MIB department at IMS UCC, how do you strategize about key programs and plan for the marketing and administration of your school?
Okay. So, Niharika, see, today a management program at any of the good B schools is about training, developing, and nurturing these budding managers to become very senior professionals in the corporate world. And the core or the homework starts at how we perform at IMS Ghaziabad. For example, let me give you this particular example that our students who are alumnus or who pass out from our campus are the running brand ambassadors of the institute, and the input that we get from them has helped them in creating the right marketing of the program here, and also the administration part. Like we have a very active CRC, which is Corporate Resource Center, that is the placement and the internship division. So we regularly take a feedback and review from the corporate world and the corporate managers, where we ask them as to what are these skills and qualities that they seek, which should be there in our students, and we continuously try to imbibe them into our system so that the program MIB becomes more marketable, becomes more sellable, and also the student can relate to it with respect to the placeability or the employability which he will attain if he undergoes this program. And that is why the administration of the program is such that it is purely practical, in experiential study based. Like from the first semester itself, the program is designed in such a manner that the students get practical exposure with respect to live projects and training, and so many industrial visits, seminars being conducted in house, the students being sent out for participating in conferences and workshops, many industry guests coming to the students and guiding them with respect to what they should do. So the entire administration of the program is such which prepares the student for a very evidence and outcome based learning, because today the world and the competition is cutthroat. Only with the help of academic knowledge and understanding, there will be only limited growth or development which will happen. So, under the leadership of our director, ma'am, and as we faculty members, we continuously brainstorm and create those new subjects and new skill based workshops where the entire administration of the program becomes more practical, becomes more experiential. And that is why the students who pass out from our campus are more holistically developed. You can call them all rounders, because over these 2 years they not only acquire the academic understanding, but they also become very hands-on on things like MS Excel and SPSS, data sciences, big data analytics. They learn various softwares like R and Python, because the industry demands that. And that is why we keep on taking these inputs and feedback both from the academia and from the industry, so that we adopt best practices, with respect to what should be the input or what should be the administrative understanding which the student should gain. Let me tell you, Niharika, a very good example of the MIB marketing is that every year we have majority of the students in the MIB program joining from our UG programs. In the campus we have a BBA, we have BCA, we have a journalism wing, we have biosciences, and we have such a diversified and a variety of students who see the potential and the capability of the MIB program. And every year more and more students from our UG programs have taken up the MIB program, because they could clearly understand the differences that MIB has with the plain, vanilla MBA program at any of the other places. So with respect to marketing, also with respect to developing the overall development plan for the student, and also with respect to the administration, we have tried to give our best with respect to the MIB program, and we continue to take it forward by making the program and administration more effective and more time based, so that the students can evolve over time and they can learn better, and hence become better managers for tomorrow.
That's a good strategy that you have there, na. So the education system in India and other foreign countries are structured very differently. In your
Yes,
experience,
yes.
what can an inbound student gain from studying here in your institute?
Great, great. Thanks for the question, Niharika. Niharika, I would like to just bring a particular point to you here that, the industry scenario, the cultural upbringing, the nature of the economy, like we are developing and US and UK are more developed. So obviously these differences bring a plethora of the, differences in the way programs are structured. Okay. We really cannot copy the West here. I mean, I think we should not. The Indian education system per se itself is so rich because we believe in first giving pure academic understanding, which forms the foundation of a student, which is very, very essential. And we also have imbibed some best practices of the foreign universities. Like today, we focus more on data sciences and analytics because we understand this is the need of the hour. Whether the student takes up a marketing specialization or a finance specialization or human resource for that matter, they will have to understand how to deal with data, how to deal with numbers, how to acquire those life skills, those ethical foundations. We all know that, the best of scientists in NASA are from India. We know the best of teachers in US and Australian universities are Indian. So I don't think that we should copy the education system from the foreign universities because we have based them on very sound principles, and we have tried to accommodate and accept what good practices exist, in the external foreign industry, the universities. And that is why we have a very good amalgamation of both academic understanding and the practical pedagogical methods which are adopted in the foreign countries. So at MIB, we have tried to inculcate both the aspects together, where the student get a combined understanding of academics and the practical exposure. So from the first day, they are involved in a lot of hands-on project, the live trainings, and then the live workshops they attend in the classes outside. We focus a lot on behavioral skills. We have a completely dedicated a CDC department, which is a career development center, where we have a group of teachers who are continuously hand holding the students with respect to mentoring, with respect to communication skills development, with respect to understanding their weakness areas, and then building upon them so that the students can be more placement ready, because that is what the focus of the program is, and the philosophy, not at just the director level, but even at the teacher level and at the student level. So I believe that a student gets a complete package, a holistic package, when they choose IMS, because we have tried to amalgamate the best practices from other nations, plus also keeping the academic content strongly held during the program. So I think it's a win-win situation for the student.
Taking best of both worlds is what you're saying.
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely.
So, how does the curriculum of MIB department at IMS UCC ensure the best practice of industry?
Yeah, so very valid, because students need to know that whether the institute that they are looking at is continuously evolving and developing or not. Like I told you, Niharika, earlier also, that at IMS we are very focused for our students to become employable and very placeable. Like, the students come raw to us, but we understand that every student has a particular competency which we need to understand, which we need to map according to the requirements of the industry. So, regularly we take feedback from the industry professionals who come for guest lectures, who come for orientation program, who take viva of our students when they come from summer internship. They regularly go for industrial visits. Recently, we had a virtual tour of the Yakult Danone India plant, where our MIB students did a virtual tour because of the pandemic scenario. But when we, had a non-COVID time, they went to Coke bottling plants. They went to Mother Dairy bottling plants, the main factory. So I think this very high level of integration between the academia in the industry has really helped us to keep the curriculum very, very, related and very, very connected with the industry requirement. I must tell you, Niharika, that continuously we have included workshops on digital marketing and social media, workshops on R, SPSS, workshops on business modeling and decision making. So, these papers are never taught at, other places, because these input you can only get when you have a very highly integrated relationship with the industry, because we keep on getting the feedback and we keep on revising and reviewing the curriculum so that the best of input can be given to the student. And when they sit for their interview sessions in the third semester, they never fall short of the expectations of the industry. And that is how we keep a very close connect with the industry through the various interactions happening, and hence it benefits the student a lot when they are finally ready for their placements.
Ma'am, what do you think are the key differentiators of the institute and the program?
Okay, great, great. So I'll just be very brief in this, because I think the student is the best judge in understanding the what is good for him. Number one, Niharika, IMS has academic history of more than 30 years. This is our 31st year of presence in the Delhi NCR region, and 31 batches have passed out of the various programs. And today our students are heading corporates, they are CEOs, or their founders. So I think the legacy and the heritage of an institute automatically gets depicted by the alumni, which is who are placed in the corporate so well. And I think that legacy of education and the strong foundation is the key differentiator, which makes IMS stand, very superior to the other new colleges where they are still experimenting as to what should be taught, what should be the pedagogical tools they should adopt. So I think the academic heritage and lineage is one thing. Number two, the leadership at IMS has a very clear vision of academic development, whether it's teacher community or staff members or faculty or the researchers who join us or the students who join us. We don't just teach them, like we build them for a career ahead. I always tell my students, Niharika, that masters or UG undergraduate is a knowledge based program, is a study based course, but masters is a career making course, because masters will determine the direction of your career, it will determine the future that you will take. So we make all the efforts that at the the key differentiator which IMS provides vis-a-vis the other good colleges in Delhi NCR is an open platform for researching, for learning, for developing, for nurturing. For us, learning never ceases. Learning is an ongoing process. I mean, today as teachers, we are so open and active with participating in conferences and then virtual seminars, taking up courses from IIMs and some foreign universities, and the same culture is given to our students also. And I think that is very key, because a learning organization will never fail over time. So number one is what I told you is the academic lineage. Number two differentiator is the research culture that we instill in our students also. And number third key differentiator, I would definitely say, is the industry connect, right? From the first day itself, when the students join us, the induction program is full of industry experts sharing their knowledge. Regularly, we have so many programs and activities where the students are able to get connected and learn from the industry experts. So I think the third key differentiator would be the industry connect that IMS has in Delhi NCR and in India, because of which IMS has become such a reputed brand for all the recruiters also.
Ma'am, what do you think is the institute's top priority over the next 10 years?
Okay, that's a great question, Niharika, because this talks about our vision, right? Because when we talk about next 10 years, what we plan to be, it is actually the vision of the founders and the director, ma'am, where do we see ourselves 10 years down the line? And the vision is very, very clear that, already in the UG program, we are number one vis-a-vis the North India, ranking is concerned. The Times B School ranking, we are number 2 with respect to the placement and the industry connect. And we plan to take up the MIB program in similar manner. We are very much committed and dedicated to making the MIB program at IMS one of the best MIB program in the country. And let me tell you, very generally you will find the terminology as MBA being offered everywhere. And but I feel that the market today or the industry today requires much more than a just plain MBA. And MIB program is yet is set to become the next riding wave, because this is MBA plus international business. So it provides you a double edge with respect to how you can grow and establish yourself in your career. So I think the next 10 years are dedicated to developing the program in such a manner that it becomes the flagship program of IMS. And we are able to develop a very good strong alumni MIB base on the basis of the vision which is given by the senior management.
Ma'am, what do you see as MIB department at IMS UCC's greatest strength?
Okay, so with respect to the greatest strength, I would say that number one, MIB program is a complete or holistic package which a student gets at IMS. The greatest strength is the practical exposure which they get, and let me tell you, no other institute and university in Delhi NCR is providing a foreign internship to the students. And at MIB we are highly dedicated to providing international exposure to the students, because that is where we believe the future lies. That is the one of the key strength of giving the students an international exposure. Recently we had talk shows and industry webinars, people joining from Canada, from Dubai, from Australia. So I think the biggest strength is this, that we provide international exposure to our MIB students at IMS University Courses campus. Number two, the second strength I would definitely say, Niharika, is the personal mentoring, coaching, and hand holding which happens at MIB. I mean, I know each of my students personally with respect to their competencies, with respect to their strength and weaknesses, and I make it a point that when the student passes out from MIB, that weakness is sorted. And not just me, the entire team at MIB UC is dedicated to the cause of the student. I think we have created a very student centric and a very, very student development culture, and that is our greatest strength.
Ma'am, what are the biggest challenges you see, both for higher education in general and for MIB department at IMS University Courses campus specifically?
Okay, a very valid question, Niharika, because being in the industry for almost 2 decades, I really feel that there are certain, very key challenges which higher education in general, is facing. Is that students are not able to decide or take a right decision with respect to what they should do. Right? I believe that higher education has been oversold. Like everyone wants to just ride the wave and do MBA, but maybe they are made and cut out for something else, right? So I believe that the first challenge is that the student at UG level are not really able to understand what are their core competencies, what are their capabilities, and what they're really made for doing. So if they believe that I'm very good at digital marketing, or I'm very good at persuasion or selling, they're not able to choose the right program for them. In our country, majority of the universities and institutes, they offer plain MBA, irrespective of the skills and the competences of the student. So I think at higher education, there is a counseling or a mentoring which is missing. So the student is not able to take the right direction with respect to what he should pursue at a master's level. If there was a committee or a team at the UG level who can guide them well, I think it will be better, because the student will be able to choose the right program and hence become more suitable for the industry profile he is looking at. And secondly, I feel at the MIB program, at IMS UC, the biggest challenge I face is, you can say to some extent, the students' background or the kind of effort that they have put in at the UG level. I would not really want to commend something, but I feel that at UG level, at many places in the country, the kind of input that should be given, the kind of academic knowledge that should be given, is not up to the par. So when we take students, when we select them, when we take their interviews, when they give the aptitude test, we feel that there is some missing thing at the UG level, which should have been done to make the student more capable and more eligible. But we still understand that students may be living in very difficult conditions and environment and family conditions. So we take it as a learning opportunity. Even this challenge, we take it as a learning opportunity, that even if the student has some kind of weaknesses, we take it as our commitment to develop him. So even if there was some kind of lacuna at the UG level, we make it an effort to cover it up at the MIB level, so that when the student is ready for the corporate world and the job, then there are no weaknesses and things are sorted out. So I think these two challenges, I will majorly say, I feel exist in higher education, where universities and institutes should make an effort to solve them.
And keeping this in flow, can you give some suggestions to the current youth and
Yeah.
aspiring students?
Definitely. I think these sessions are very common, because the students whom I'm teaching also, I keep on giving them these suggestions, which really can help them in becoming strong, future managers. I mean, I believe that learning is a perpetual activity. I feel that number one, the youth is really distracted today, because we have so many other distractions like social media, and then you're spending time on the various other platforms. I mean, I'm not against them, but I feel that the students or the youth should be more focused. They should have an aim in life. They should have a vision, like each one of us has, with respect to what I want to do, what I'm capable of, what really I should look forward to. So I think the youth needs to be more focused, have some aim and vision, and be less distracted towards the other things in life, which may really not convert into some kind of benefit in the future. For the aspiring students, I feel, then number two, I always feel that the students overall understanding of the world, the general knowledge, is not up to the mark. I think students don't read newspapers these days. They will have a Facebook and Instagram on their phone, but they will not have a newspaper app like Economic Times or Mint, or some other. They would like to spend more time on YouTube rather than taking up a short program on Unacademy or Udemy, or the Naptel platform. So I think after the age of 18, 19, that seriousness should come in a student with respect to career, with respect to learning, with respect to reading, the newspapers, business news, what's happening all across the world, how international relationships are changing, what the government is doing with respect to the economy, because that is how a student becomes really a very competitive manager for tomorrow. Only by understanding the theoretical knowledge, not much value addition will happen. It is important to have a general awareness level also, and that is what I feel is missing. And I request and I give the suggestion to the youth to be more informative, to read more, to understand more, and to research more. That will make them a complete and holistic manager for tomorrow.
Ma'am, what are the some plans that you are currently or will be designing for NYP department, international affair and or students?
Okay, great. So, because Niharika, the program is all dedicated to the international business. We have Masters of International Business. So, there are three, four very critical things that we are planning on. Number one, the foreign internship is already there. Like no other institute is offering a foreign internship of 1 month. And when they return back from the foreign internship, they do a 2 months internship here in India. So in total, they actually take up a 3 months internship, which is, double practical exposure as compared to other, leading management institutes. So number one is the foreign internship at the leading corporates across the world, which provides them a very vast exposure of the international scenario and what's happening all across the world. Number two, we are also building upon a memorandum of association, or we are working on creating a student exchange program with some good universities across the world, so that the students from there can come to India and study at IMS. And few of our good students or meritorious students can go to these universities to learn better from the teachers there. So that program is still in the initial stages, and we are building upon to create such kind of alliances. Then number three, we also encourage our students to undertake a lot of online programs that are being done by the foreign universities like University of Michigan or Chicago or Illinois, so that they also get the exposure as to what are the things taught at global level, and they learn from the professors there. So if you really want to understand the curriculum of the world, you have to be you have to get taught by the best of professors in international universities. So because now pandemic has made the online teaching so relevant and so new normal, so these three things with respect to the international exposure, one thing we are already having, the foreign internship, and other things the institute is building upon.
Ma'am, I'm sure that student listening must have a significant insight about the academy at IIT. But how do you take to establish a healthy relation and environment in your institute?
Okay, great. So, like it's always said, all study and no play make Jack a dull boy. So, I must tell you that every week, we have various activities to develop them physically and mentally also, because we believe that, the students need to be highly concerned about their own health, their mental well-being, their environment. So, every weekend we have a sports activity where the students participate with full enthusiasm. Sometimes it's a football match or a friendly cricket match or a badminton mixed double, so they are able to physically also develop themselves, which is very important today in a scenario where health and immunity have become so important. Then we also help them to learn the art of networking and to develop rapport. So our students regularly visit other workshops and seminars and conferences organized by top B schools and ASUCHAM and FICCI, so that they get exposed to what's happening around the world apart from the academic knowledge which they get. The number three, we also hold a lot of, you can say, spiritual well-being programs. We had a meditation session, few months back when everyone was stressed out with the pandemic and online teaching was happening. So we had a session on how to not get knocked down by the lockdown. So we had counselors and psychiatrists holding a session for the students to help them understand that don't take it as a stressful condition, take it as a learning opportunity, whether this pandemic or online thing. Then we have a very close coordination and a very close personal mentoring with the student. I mean, each faculty knows each student personally, and we are always very open to let the students come to us and they can discuss their personal and professional problems with us, so that we are able to make them into more positive and optimistic students for tomorrow. Then we have at MIB, there is a activity which we regularly do, which is ESR. So ESR is environment social responsibility. So before the pandemic also, our students used to visit a lot of slum areas and a lot of underprivileged children, and they were actually teaching them on Sundays, apart from taking gifts for them on Diwali, then helping them enjoy their Holi. So under ESR, our students regularly visit the underprivileged people of the society, sometimes with gifts, sometimes with the sports activities, sometimes with some teaching assignments. So they develop into more holistic individuals because they understand that they have a responsibility towards society. And when they are becoming managers themselves, it is important for them to be highly sensitive about the environment they are living and how they can contribute positively, not to their own growth, but also developing their society.
Thank you, ma'am. So, everyone, thank you, ma'am, for sharing your thoughts on education and sharing so many
It's a
insights.
pleasure, Niharika. It was a very nice experience talking to you and discussing the various expectations that are there from the industry for the MIB students, and we would be very happy that if students have some questions or some doubts, we'll be very happy to clear them also. So thank you, Niharika, for having me. It was a great time with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.